Hello and welcome to another video. We're going to be doing something a little bit different today, which is diagnosing this Seagate IDE hard drive. Now, I've already tried powering it on before, so I know that its main problem seems to be that something is shorting it out before anything can happen. So if I try and power it on, nothing happens. The power supply automatically shuts itself off in order to avoid a short circuit. So what I'd like to do is take a look at what could be shorted out on the board. Now, another thing that I've done already is that I've taken a look at these three capacitors here. Let's see if they show up on camera. There we go. These three capacitors here on the main power rails coming off of the Molex connector. And out of those, two of them are shorted. This one here and this one. And I already know what values they are, so I have them on a shopping cart list on DigiKey. But I'd like to check if there are any other capacitors on the board that may be shorted out. So I will have to partially disassemble that hard drive. And where did all my index cards go? Hold on. Alright, so I'm back now with just a note card. Let's grab a pencil. So I already know that one of these capacitors is a 4.7 microfarad 25 volt capacitor. One of them is a 15 microfarad 25 volt capacitor. But I don't know the rest, so let's start the disassembly. Now, I think first off, I should remove these drive rails here on the side. Ooh, that's a little bit hard to take off. Wait, no. It's these screws, and I have the wrong bit. Oh boy, this video is already turning out to be a disaster. Fun! And yeah, there's another hard drive that I've got, but that one is from Western Digital, and it works. And it was what I was using to make sure that it was not the power supply that was the problem. Okay, I think this bit should work. And I'm paying special attention to just being gentle with this drive, given its age. And yeah, it's an old stepper-based 40 meg hard drive from Seagate. The model number is the ST-157A, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's right there on the label. Let's see if the camera can focus on it. Come on. Come on. There we go. Yeah, ST-157A. So I've got one drive rail off. Now we'll get the other drive rail off. And these rails are used for just providing mounting holes to actually, screw this into an enclosure or a PC or whatever. And one of the things that I like about this drive is, even though it's a 3.5 inch drive, and obviously a very old one, I really like the faceplate that it's got. Wow, thunder. A lot of thunder, wow. That must have angered the sky gods. Okay, so next we can get the logic board off. because I'm pretty sure that there's going to be additional components on the other side. Okay, it's loose now. Oh, I'm gonna have to take off the faceplate as well, it looks like. Keep all those screws separate. And off comes the faceplate. Let's see. Next we've got some cables underneath the board. And then one ribbon cable. I think, yeah, that's flexible enough that I can leave it on. Actually, let's take it off just in case. I don't want to damage it. There we go. Okay, and here is the bare board. And yeah, as you can see, this is a hard drive that uses a stepper motor for grabbing the heads rather than a voice coil like the vast majority of much newer 3.5 inch drives. Okay. So I think I'm just going to be testing these larger capacitors because I have no way of telling really what the values of these smaller ones are supposed to be. Actually, wait. Hold on. Looks like there are values written on them. Okay. So I might be able to tell, and it looks like at some point somebody might have added some extra components, because those do not look factory original. So I don't really see much. Okay, yeah, there is evidence of some soldering. Anyway, let's see. Okay, I've got the multimeter set to ohms, 200 ohms. Let's see if I can prop this up so the camera can see. There we go. So the way that this works, for anyone who doesn't know, is that it's supposed to test the resistance between one lead and the other. And wow, there's that much just between these two? There's nothing even between them. Okay. Well, that's surprising. Anyway, so I place the red lead here and the black one here. And this one seems to be alright. And I'm just going through the ones that I've already tested before, just to show. This one, which is one that I know was not working, has a much lower resistance. And actually, okay, so here's a 475 marked capacitor here, and there's another one here. If I test this one, you'll notice that its resistance is roughly 95 ohms, while on this one, its resistance is above 200 ohms. So that indicates that this capacitor could be shorted, and the same goes with this one because of its low value. Now there are two more capacitors here. This one seems to be fine, and this one also seems to be fine. And I think just in case I should also check this fuse here. Positive, positive. Yeah, that should be fine for a fuse. And there's another fuse. That also looks fine. Yeah, okay. And let's make sure there's no short between 5 and 12 volts. Okay, that looks fine. So, let's see. Are there any capacitors on the other side? Yes, there are 3 more of those larger capacitors, counting this one. So let's test this one. That seems to be fine. This one seems to be fine. And this one seems to be fine. Okay, so yeah, I think without further testing, what it seems like is that these two capacitors on this like power delivery part of the controller board might be shorted out. So yeah, I guess I might make a follow-up video at some point whenever I go ahead and actually order these two capacitors that I've already written down here. And I have no way to tell if the mechanics of the drive are fine. As you can see, you can actually spin the flywheel for the spindle part of the hard drive, but yeah, let's reassemble this thing now. And yeah, there's just going to be a shorter kind of video. I don't quite have all that much planned out just because I'm starting fall semester literally in 3 days. And so it's just shorter, quicker videos like this and some fanfic readings. Okay, that goes on. Gotta be careful with this ribbon cable. Now I plug this back in. Apologies if you can't really see this on camera. Okay, that's plugged in. And then one last connector going to the main spindle motor. There we go. Okay, that's all plugged back in. So now let's put the faceplate back on. See, it goes over on this side. Now let's put it on the wrong side. Okay, let's grab this screw. See, okay, it's on camera. Oh boy, I never know where the camera is pointed when I'm using a tripod. Okay, so faceplate is on now. Let's put the screws back on the board itself, which is just 3. So let's put another one here. And one more here. And unless you want to count the drive mounting rails as part of the main like structure, that's already done. Okay, this goes on this side. But I'm going for a full reassembly because I don't have anywhere to put these rails separate. Oh, and that fell off. This goes here. And then here. Wow, there's a lot of thunder outside. Okay, that fell off. Make sure these screws are tight. Okay, and that's done. Fully reassembled Seagate full height 3.5-inch hard drive, complete with a nice faceplate. And yeah, it saps a lot of power. I've already calculated this before I started recording, but this draws 31 watts of power. Anyway, yeah, these are just the two components that I need. Just two capacitors. And yeah, until next time, thanks for watching. See ya.